We had a massive loss last week, and that is hopefully going to be the last loss of the season because we need to win now. Last week, we faced the number 24 team in the nation, and we ended up losing 45-34, which is not good. And this week, we face another number 24 team as Nebraska moves to 19 to see if we can beat them. And we gotta win. Nebraska's currently sitting at the top of the conference. They have a 3-1 conference record. We are 3-2. We went out the rest of the season. Maybe Nebraska loses a time or two. We could maybe still make a play for the top spot in the conference. But if we lose, I'm crying a lot. Despite those 2 weeks of not really great performance, Sean Stewart is still atop of the Heisman vote getting list, and that's okay. We're good with that. We are so close to so many big recruits actually coming in and signing officially, but right now we have 2 more visiting this week in Marquette Renee and DJ Montellas, a tight end and a punter respectively. The single greatest prospect we've ever seen in Warren Fullwood is potentially on the rise now, plus 900 points this past week, and we are almost in his top 3. We should be after this week. I do want to point out we're also the only school to offer this dude a contract or a scholarship, so that works out in our favor. Another big update though is Christoph Houston. We are looking extremely good for him. A week 13 visit. We are flying up the boards for him, and apparently that's North Texas we're beating out, not Eastern Michigan. So I'm sorry to the one person in the comments that pointed that out. My bad. Now, something super important here is for the visiting prospects, again, the tight end and the punter. We need to make sure we have a punt down inside the 20, and we need to pass to our tight end for 100 yards. That's a tall task, but we can do it. Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. And today we're going to try to get Sean Stewart into a good game. I also argue that a little bit more importantly than getting Sean Stewart going is just making sure that our passing game is not absolute cheeks, because that's what it's been these last couple of weeks. But look at McDonald. Honestly, I'll take the 9 yards. Now, to make things incredibly difficult, McDonald got hurt. Kendrick's already out. That means that Brian Pancotti is coming in to play quarterback right now, but we don't need him at quarterback, but we got Sean Stewart out here running through the defense all the way for 40 yards. Now, some of you might remember Brian Pancotti. He is essentially an athlete that ended up playing running back for us. He's sitting on the bench pretty much all the season, but he is 88 throw power, which is great, and 55 throw accuracy, which is not great. But welcome. Seeing number 45 line up at quarterback is just not great. We will ultimately change this dude's number once he gets some playing time, but good God, we're in trouble. Our hope is that Patrick McDonald can come in and play after this drive, but we're pretty much limited to like screen passes and stuff that's not so fun. And Sean Stewart don't care about the defense, man. This dude is putting the team on his back right now. I mean, I will say though, the read option game should be absolutely money because we have a legit running back playing quarterback right now. And they don't really know who they can go after, but we know we'll take the 3. I just realized we also have our right guards wearing number 7. How long has this been happening? The heck is happening right now? Wait, did Pancotti get hurt? Because all of a sudden Terrence Williams is lining up at quarterback. What is going on? Explain. We're kicking a field goal, but good God, explain. I mean, the good news is this is our actual kicker that's lining up here, so we should be money. Pancotti was in to hold the football. Where the heck was he earlier? We're up 3-0. But it's chaos. Air Force just beat number 2 Army. What is going on in college football? Okay, a little update here. We found out that McDonald has, I wish it was John McConnell. He's only got a strained pectoral. He's out for 1 quarter. I think we'll be fine. It's low. We're going to keep you in the game. We need you right now. Our defense has honestly been the worst part about our team recently, so I'm hoping that this is a game that they realize they've got to turn things around. We cannot be this poor defense that we've been. The heck is... Please tell me it's a flag on them. I was about to say, I just watched our guy get absolutely taken out. Yeah, we're accepting the penalty. I mean, that quarterback running 6.5 miles per hour down the field on us was terrible, but seeing Stephen Lowe get an absolute chop block on his knees, we don't tolerate that. Nor do we tolerate a quarterback going for 13 again. Oh, that's their running back. That's not good for them. All right, so we're basically in an all-time QB spy right now. We got George Fry watching the QB. The QB trying to run again. What are my guys doing? Thank you, Matthew Fowler. Keep it frying a little bit of QB spy. Carpenter's ran for more yards than anybody in a while. They go with their backup running back this time for nothing. Playing the pass the whole way. Our guys know what to do. We got to watch for Carpenter to do something. He's throwing deep. We got Shackelford, who's got literally 3 fingers on each hand. That's why he can't catch. True story. Jeremy Willis back to return this punt. Tom Baker wanted a little bit of a breather. He was a little bit banged up on the previous drive, so we're going to let Willis return this one. The big fella. Not really. Probably going to return too many punts deep, but yeah, he gets 10 yards. So McDonald's going to come back into the game. Obviously, he got banged up on that first drive with the first run that he took. Not exactly ideal, but you know what? We'll take what we can get. We're doing a lot, and we're just going to get rid of it at this point. You know, late hit on the quarterback, possibly.
Intentional grounding offense.
I don't want to. Is that the correct call? Yes, but do I want to hear that? No. And that was bad because it's, it's 2nd and 31. What? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Sean Stewart, run for your life. Ooh, turn up. No, if you get past that guy, you got yards. Sean Stewart's averaging 16 yards per carry. Man's built different right now. We're gonna see what we can get here. McDonald ready to go. Got a guy throwing it. That's an absolute dot. Mr. Wilson, we see you. You love to see a good throw down the field and a no shade against Brian, Mr. Mancotti. We just weren't trying to see you throw the football today. But if he does happen to come back in the game for some reason, just know that we're literally throwing 3-yard passes the entire time. That's what we're doing. Underneath all day, Mr. Wilson getting involved for his second catch of the game. Mr. Wilson coming back in motion. Where is Tom Baker at right now? Is everybody injured? Is that what's happening for us right now? We're going to go ahead and let Mr. Wilson go ahead and run. This dude is just getting some time to shine and proving that he should have been on the field a whole lot more. Tom Baker, though, does come back in the field. I guess he's just a little winded. He didn't want to do the punt return earlier. It seems to be just a little gas. I mean, we've been using him a lot, so I get it. One thing we've not done is throw the football to our tight end. Maybe that changes here. Nope. McDonald. Yeah, honestly, just get rid of it. Big play here. 3rd down and 7. Blitz is definitely coming. I like what I see. No shot. What a play by 2-6, and we are missing an opportunity to score again. Minnesota's out here. We got 6-mile-an-hour winds blowing a little bit back towards us. This one is up. This one is money, and that one is going to be good. It's not quite what we essentially wanted, but we'll take a 6-0 lead here. Minnesota again. It has not been a terrible start to this game, and they are just finding ways to run this football down our throats. Every team knows they can run on us. Little blitz going off the edge here. See what Carpenter and company do. They go to the running back, Chris Bass. So easy to snip that one out after 3. Little 2nd and 7 here. Carpenter. Again, a lot of play action fakes right now. This one, DeMel Hill gets in the backfield. Playing the pass the whole way here. Big 3rd down. Can we get a stop? Get this ball back? And hey, another field goal I'll be fine with as long as we get a stop right here. And guess what? We're not getting a stop here because we can't get a stop at all. What are we doing? This season has been one of the most challenging ones I think we've had in a while, from the injuries to the mishaps on offense and defense to just everything. I mean, we are absolutely being challenged the most we've been challenged since the early days of Cascade Valley. Shackelford sliding over. Brown trying to bring a little bit of pressure. I mean, you know what's crazy? Their offensive line is pushing us back immediately every time. This is one of those games I feel like our defense is definitely going to have to win for us. We are just getting no threat until we see George Fry deliver a blow. That's just a big-time player making a big-time play right there. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. Carpenter back with 1 running back in the backfield. Running back stays. Fowler locked with his own man. Can't quite see what's happening behind him. Unlike the CPU, and they gain a 1st. Believe it or not, we're here in the 2nd quarter. That is the first pass that Carpenter has actually completed for Minnesota. He's back here going at it again. They go up the middle. This time we got guys there, though. No yards. 2nd and 10. They go back to the run. I mean, look, Stephen Lowe is ready. He's ready. Considering how we played, it would be huge to get them to just be held to not getting anything. Hold them to a field goal. That would be fantastic. Watch the tight end across the middle. Quarterback has all day. You're kidding me. Bass bails on his man. No one's there deep, and Daniel Wright is in the end zone as Minnesota's about to take the lead for the first time today. Not a single soul in front of Chris Bass. All he had to do was just keep going back with his man. No threat on the actual run. And our offense is back out here being paltry. Anthony Rivero, Minnesota, got hurt earlier, had the wind knocked out of him, but obviously like a true champion, he's back out here in the field, and we're feeling his presence ASAP. 2nd and 14. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Maybe it would have been better if McDonald hadn't come back quite yet. Smith comes in motion. They're out here in the backfield. We got a couple of guys. Oh, this dude stands up. Are you kidding me? His name is Josh Thomas. He has 2 first names. There's no shot he's athletic. Minnesota's keeping the pressure on us. Fry trying to plug a hole here. Putting a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. Don't matter, though. They are in there. They have scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of 30 seconds. James Cross is extending this lead for them. Early in the season, we asked a question about, do we bring Kendrick back if he's essentially healthy and able to play? The answer is yes. Adamantly yes. Adamantly yes. I think at the same time, I can't really put all the blame on this dude. I mean, McDonald, I think, is going to be a great player for this program, whether it's a quarterback or somewhere else. We've just had so many issues in so many other positions, especially this offensive line. Our guys just cannot do anything. I mean, there's even some rumblings, and some people calling this the fall of Cascade Valley, a team that never should have been this good is all of a sudden getting exposed by people now. Is that the case? I don't know, but good God, is this terrible. Minnesota has scored on both of the last 2 drives. Obviously, one of those we essentially gifted them the ball. But here they are again, trying to make a drive happen with 3:30 left. Carpenter back here again, ready to go. There's a massive hole open up, but Fry is there. But I mean, these dudes are still pushing 6 yards forward after contact. Minnesota has been really good on 3rd downs as well. 2 for 3 so far this afternoon. And I mean, just everywhere. Carpenter's 5 for 6, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Their running backs have looked good. Their defenses look good. We just have been playing absolutely terrible this first half. Not a single offensive touchdown yet. We might not even get one in the first half, which is crazy considering how good our offense usually is. Adversity, though, it's all about how you respond. Look at Stephen Lowe showing how you respond right there with a 4-yard tackle for loss. Our guys just need to get to the quarterback, though. That's our biggest problem. We aren't getting to the quarterback. These dudes are running the football. Our guys are taking horrible angles, and we're letting a dude named Josh Thomas go 30-plus yards into the end zone. Okay, in fairness, that guy's name wasn't Josh Thomas. I'm just upset that a guy named Josh Thomas is putting up points on us earlier, but that was somebody different. Still, the point stands. We should not be getting absolutely torched like this. Speaking of getting torched, over the top, it's Tom Baker. The doctor says, I'm breaking a tackle, and he's down at the 11. We'll take it 61 yards later. About time we get something good. Good God. If we were going to go into halftime without an offensive touchdown, I would have literally cried. A grown man would have been crying out here. Right across the middle, RJ Riley, first catch of the game, I believe. 12 yards later, we're in the end zone, and then about time. We're about to go for 2 here. 1:06 left. We're down essentially this 0.9. We need to go for a 2-point conversion and make it 7. Show them who's boss, and Sean Stewart in the end zone 3 yards later, ladies and gentlemen. The lead is cut to 7. Now, just a heads up, I accidentally simmed a play, and an interception from Carpenter to Matthew Fowler went for 16 yards. We have the ball back. I hit A on accident, okay? But we got the ball back. I'm not mad. So we have the rock. 52 seconds left, 3 timeouts. You gotta love what you're seeing here. Little dump off here to Sean Stewart, who's gonna get out of bounds, but he only gets 3. Wilson, who has been absolutely fantastic today, slides back into the backfield here with Stewart and McDonald. Little fake to him. McDonald out here running. McDonald, who's had tons of issues today, says, you know what, I don't care. He's tying the game up. A true freshman answering the call of adversity. There's 25 seconds left here in the first half. Minnesota has the ball. 2 timeouts at midfield. Can they get something going here? This ball's thrown at Ward, just can't get there, and Wright gets 13. Carpenter's been absolutely money today. 8 for 10, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Obviously, the one the Fowler intercepted earlier. Team's going back at it. Fowler there nearly has another one, but Sean Daniel mossed him for 18. Fowler's got to do a better job of just getting over there and making that play. They're bringing their second tight end over. It's like a run. They end up going to the outside. We have literally no one over there. Guys taking the worst angles possible. Minnesota's going to have it inside the 10. First and goal. Kind of afraid here. See what our guys can do. Can we get a stop? They're going with the run. We're trying to get our guys over there. We got a whole bunch of people ready for that one. And Minnesota's going to lose some yards here using their last time out with 5 seconds left. So they go with a smart play here. They're going to end up trying to go for a field goal from the left hash mark. Should be pretty easy for their kicker. About as easy as they can possibly get. This one is up. This one is down the middle. And that one's going to be good. Going into halftime, they have a 3-point lead, and a studio update says the #1 LSU is on the ropes. We need LSU to win if we want to have a chance to go for the national title this season. Now, Minnesota getting, obviously, those points at the end of the first half sucks because here in the second half, they have the ball immediately to start. And they're torching us right now. We have got to force another turnover ASAP. Our guys trying to line up the proper coverage here. We would just love to get some pressure on the quarterback, and that ball's nearly intercepted by Harvey. Our guys know they can make a difference here. We only have 3 guys up front. They're going to go for a run. Corey Brown trying to stop him, and he does. Holds him to 4. Big players. This is your time to make a big-time play. It's like a halfback screen. Lowe's over there getting blocked, but he's ready to make a hit, and we're going to force him out of bounds as Harvey gets the last blow. That's going to make it 4th and 6. Field goal coming up. This is honestly perfect right now. Hold him to a field goal. That only makes it, obviously, it should be a 6-point game if my math is correct. This ball is up. This one is going right. It's dropping short, and that one is barely going to be good, but it does give him a 6-point lead. Oh my God, we've got a kick return for a touchdown. Hayes, the backup safety, is going to go all the way to the house. Are you kidding me? We accidentally get a kick return for a touchdown. Didn't even mean to go for a kick return. We'll take it. Look, I'm going to be honest. By any means necessary, we will take the points how we can ever get them. They're going for another run. I mean, they are just going up the middle, bouncing outside, and our guys are just not there. We somehow have a 1-point lead despite Minnesota having 8 more first downs than us today. They have battled time of possession and everything, and they have found a way to just make us look ridiculous, but we are still in this game. Lowe's patrolling the middle here. Carpenter's going to have Daniel slide over the right-hand side now, see if they're going to run. It's like a little pass for him. They go right across the middle. Lowe is there, though. We keep him pretty much short of the first down. Going to stay to man defense here and just hope we can get our thing going. They're going across the middle. They got multiple guys there. Our guys didn't want to run into one another, and they get the first because of it. Minnesota's offense has just been an absolute machine today. Yes, they've had a couple of issues with turning the ball over, but for the most part, they've been fantastic. 2nd down and 8. Carpenter again, looking for something good. They go with the play action. They go right across the middle, and our guys are just letting them get massive yards right in front of their faces. Carpenter's quickly approaching 200 yards passing in the game as we end the 3rd quarter here shortly. They're swinging their wide receiver over. They're keeping their guys moving. Fowler, though, is going to get him after 3. Oh, their running back goes down for the 2nd time today. That's bad. Well, I guess bad for them, good for us, but still. Their backup running backs have been pretty good today. 2nd and 7. Carpenter, heavy in the play action. They go over the middle. George Fry's out here getting stiff armed like a small child. Sitting in zone right now to see what they're doing. They are going with a lot of runs. Fry's is continually getting abused, but we see Stephen Lowe clean it up. Stephen Lowe's been an animal today. 8 total tackles for him already in the afternoon. 3rd quarter still has 2 minutes left. He's got a chance at double-digit tackles today. And look at this. Carson coming up the middle for a loss of 3. We've seen a lot of our guys on the defensive line be huge today. Amir Carson, 3 tackles, one of those being for loss. You'd love to see how he's playing this afternoon. 3rd down and 12. Can we hold them from getting a first down here? We got guys making a stop, and look at that 4th and short coming up. Minnesota's kicker's been pretty busy today, lining up for, I believe, his 3rd field goal of the afternoon. He's hit both of his previous 2 attempts. This one from the right hash line is 1st from that, or 2nd from that side, and that one's going to be good as well. Give Minnesota a 2-point lead. McDonald under center here. Don't really see that happen a ton for this team. He's going to try to get Sean Stewart over here to the edge. Stewart throwing some people to the side and says, I'm looking for the rock a little bit more. Runs have definitely been few and far between for him today. We've had some issues as to why we couldn't necessarily run as much. The offensive line hasn't really been protecting him as much, but he's still finding ways to get it done. Nearly 70 on the game. Trying to keep a little bit of pressure as the 3rd quarter's closing down. McDonald's going to hold on to that one, but I mean, they're all over the read option game. The read option is honestly one of our bread and butter things that we've sort of run as a school. Today it's been a little difficult, but look at Furtney. Furtney's going to get there. Finally, the tight end gets involved today. We need to get 100 yards with the tight end, and we maybe might not hit that goal. McDonald only 129 yards through the air. It's been rough for him in the passing game, but obviously he has that major run that went for a huge gain earlier. This one's going to get pitched out of Jeremy Willis, literally at a loss for where's big fella out here cutting up inside the red zone. 39 yards later, Jeremy Willis doing his part for his team. Last play here of the 3rd quarter, Stewart in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff, looking for a gain, and just gets leveled at the line of scrimmage. Minnesota, like most teams are facing at this part of the season, are really putting a lot of pressure on our passing game, saying, look, if you want to beat us, you got to beat us through the air because we don't believe that you can do it. They know our running game's incredible. They know we got a Heisman caliber guy, but they don't trust our passing game. And honestly, I don't know if Coach Mervin McMervin trusts his passing game really either. This ball nearly intercepted. Sean Stewart trying to stay alive. He cannot quite do it, but we have an opportunity for a field goal here. Minnesota definitely knows our playbook. That was nearly intercepted. Could have been absolutely horrible for us. Luckily, that was a defensive tackle trying to do that. We're going to take a 1-point lead with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. It's going down to the wire. This defense has found ways to get the job done these last few drives. Can they do something big here? Apparently not. This quarterback's out here moving. Amir Carson can't quite get to him. DeMel Hill forgot what it is to move forward, and we're going to see a huge game again from Carpenter. Minnesota as a team has 172 rushing yards. Our defensive coordinator has to be fired. I mean, this is just an atrocity. Week in, week out, an atrocity. Lowe's coming in here with the blitz. The quarterback keeper, they pitch this one out. This one's going to go for, again, a solid gain of 6. Defensive line's got to step up again here. Anderson's trying to get a little bit of pressure. They can't do it. They break it out to the right-hand side. It's a huge hit, but again, Thomas goes for 8. The unsung heroes today had to be the offensive line in Minnesota. I mean, they are just pummeling every effort we have on offense. On defense. Big hit, though, from Shackelford. Carpenter can't pitch that one away, making the 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, we got a QB spy. We got to watch Carpenter pretty much every single play. They ran a wide receiver in the backfield, which could be bad, but what a hit by Stephen Lowe for a loss of 4. 9 tackles for Stephen Lowe today, 3 of those being for a loss. He's just playing out of his mind. Can we get the stop here, though? That's the question. We got a guy deep. We're seeing this one from Shackelford, who has 3 fingers on his hand, and that's why he can't get another one. He drops his 2nd pick of the game, but what a play. Minnesota's kicker again has already drilled 3. He's going for his 4th one here. Another one from the right hash mark. Everybody goes up. Doesn't matter. That one is down the middle and good. Minnesota has the lead now by 3, and we're seeing LSU down double digits to Florida. Our former quarterback, Chris Moore, struggling in LSU. 451. I actually did the math incorrectly. We're only down 2 right now, so things could be significantly worse than what they actually are. McDonald's out here rolling a little bit. McDonald sees a little bit of dirt, and he's going to take that first. Stewart just itching to get the rock in his hands again. Had a massive run earlier, looking to do something again here, and it's only going to be about 4. It's going to be 5 or 6. McDonald going right back to the handoff here. Stewart trying to find the gap and runs over not 1 but 2 defenders, leading to 8. A little over 4 minutes left. Stewart just looking for people to run through, and he's getting 5. 92 rushing yards on 11 attempts. It's been a heck of a game for Sean Stewart. Despite, again, limited time out there, Terrence Williams can't really do much here. Still negative yards rushing for him today. 3rd and 3. We're definitely in 4-down territory. You can tell we're trying to run the ball a whole lot here to take away any opportunity they have to get the ball back with time. But at the same time, we don't want to take too much time off the clock, because in case we need to get the ball back, if something happens or we can't quite score, we want to make sure we have our timeouts and some time to do something. Williams back in the game, still looking for positive yards here. Minor slides over. Williams, though, the best run he's had in quite a while. That one goes for a big 9 yards. As much as we want a touchdown, a field goal does win it. And honestly, we don't care about anything other than winning this football game right now. Sean Stewart up the middle, solid 4. That run also gave him 101 yards in the afternoon. Again, it's good to see him finally back over 100. After the weeks and issues he sort of suffered with the blocking this offensive line is giving him, that's great. 50% on 3rd down conversions. This is a big tough one. Under 2 minutes left. Giving ourselves a little bit of daylight in case we need it. Sean Stewart is not quite there. What do we do? 1 yard to go. Do we go for it or not? As much as I would love to go for it, we're going to go for the kick here. Line this one up. Aiden Bailey's been money this season, one of the best kickers in the nation. He drills that one with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. We take a 1-point lead. It's up to the defense now. The defense has been so good about keeping them out of the end zone recently. Can they get some stops here to keep this game alive in the W column for us? He's throwing one into double coverage. We got guys there as Shackelford drops his 3rd pick of the game. Get this man some more fingers. This crowd's trying to get behind their team right now. We're playing the pass pretty much the entire way right now. We know they got to get this ball down the field, and they got to do it quick. Fry wanted to put a little bit of pressure on that quarterback. He's throwing one. Cross wasn't even looking. It looks at the last second to haul it in. Bend, don't break. Do not let them in field goal range. All of a sudden, things get real wild if they get a couple more yards here. They check down Charlie this one. This one's going for way more yards than it should, and they get a 1st down back-to-back plays. What are our guys going to do right now? Right now, it's not looking like anything good. It's like, oh, please be on them. Honestly, we'll take that. They're going to lose a couple of yards there. Defense has got to step up here. Play the pass. You know, they're going for it. They have all their timeouts right now. It's like a halfback screen coming up. We got an opportunity for a big loss, and they still gain 2 somehow. What's fantastic news, though, is they have all their timeouts, and they're actually saying they didn't get out of bounds. So the clock is still running here. Carpenter's taking his time trying to adjust the play. And with 13 seconds, 12 seconds, this man is still holding on to the rock. Minnesota is absolutely collapsing. Carpenter will not hike the football. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's going down to his last play here. They've got guys all down the field. It's going to this. He throws it out of bounds to Smith. Minnesota has a meltdown. They couldn't get the play into the headset, and all of a sudden, Minnesota's going to choke away an opportunity to get into field goal range. And Cascade Valley's going to walk out here with a W. Was it pretty? No. Aiden Bailey, the first time ever in Cascade Valley history, the kicker gets the player of the game. With the way the season is going, I will literally take it right now. This is the most memorable game that I would also love to forget ASAP. Brian Pincotti comes in. This dude was not supposed to be playing at all. He ends up going 2 for 2 for 24 yards. The backup running back becomes our starting quarterback today. And honestly, he did fine with where he was. McDonald goes 8 for 12, 134, touchdown and a pick. On the ground, we see Stewart go for 101. No touchdowns for him, though, today. McDonald gets a big run for 30 yards, ends up being the only rushing touchdown we had this afternoon. And shout out to Jeremy Willis and Matt Wilson, who both played big parts in that as well. On the receiving side, Stewart 5 for 32, Wilson 2 for 35. The only touchdown we had today was from RJ Riley, the little slant pass for 12 yards. But Tom Baker over the top, 61 yards. Passing game in late shambles is the French say, but I'll take what we ultimately got. Stephen Lowe had 9 big tackles, 3 of those being for loss. Mel Hill had 7. Fowler and Shackelford both had 6 today. From a sack perspective, we didn't get to the quarterback a single time, which is a big part of our problem out there. But interceptions, we had 1 from Matthew Fowler for 16 yards. That honestly was a major game changer for us. We have got to do better. We will do better. But surviving another week and keeping the dream alive of getting another national title for Cascade Valley, it still holds true right now. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.